turn your hand over, but you don't show the opposite side. What you really do is you move your thumb around to cover this 3, and you show the other 3. So it's a little hard to explain, but what's happening is you're showing this side, you move your thumb, and you cover that 3 as your palm turns over to show the other 3. So it looks like at one point it's 11 on both sides, then it looks like it's 3, 11 on this side, 3 on this side, 3 on this side. And then you say, but of course it can't be 3 on both sides, that only adds up to 6, so it must be 3 on one side, 11 on the other side. Now let's take that from the beginning. You start like this, you say 11 on one side, 3 on the other side, because 11 and 3 adds up to 14. But if I rub here, rub there, give it a shake, now it's 11 on this side, and if it's 11 there, it's got to be 3 on this side, because 3 and 11 adds up to 14. Once I did this, a lady thought I had 11 on both sides, but that would add up to 22. That won't work. Another lady thought I had 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. That would only add up to 6. That won't work either. Remember, if there's 3 on one side, there's 11 on the other side. So that's the end of the first sequence. Now at this point, you have to change the position of the right-handed die. And to do this, what you do is you turn the left die, so the 6 is 2 horizontal rows to 2 vertical rows. At the same time, you turn this, so the 5 shows this side. So it looks like it's 11 on this side, 11, you did the paddle move, you turn this and this. So the 3 shows, the 6 shows, and what you're doing is you're putting the 5 and the 6 together face to face. All right? That's the sequence. So now you've got 9 on one side, and it looks like you're just saying, oh, well, it works with any number, say, for example, 9. Now, you've got 6, you've got 3. Remember, the 5 and the 6 are face to face. That means you've got a 2 and a 3 underneath your index finger. You say, now let's say, for example, 9. If there's 9 on one side, do the paddle move and say, that shows 5 on the other, because the top and the bottom must add up to 14. 5 and 9 is 14. You say, but what's another way to make the number 9? Anybody from the audience will yell out, oh, how about 4 and 5? You say, well, that's a good way. If I can somehow take those 2 middle spots out of the 6 and put them in the blank spots on the 3, that would make the 6 a 4, the 3 would become a 5. Yeah, that would work, but you have to do this without disturbing the 3 and the 2 on the other side. That, don't forget, is the paddle move. So if you do the paddle move, and it looks like there's 9 on one side, 5 on the other side, you shake the dice very, very slowly, turn them back, and show you now have a 4 and a 5. Okay? So once again, you've got 6 and 3 on one side. That's 9 and 5. That's a total of 14. You want to change the 6 and the 3 into a 4 and a 5, but you want to do that without disturbing the 5 on the other side. To do it, give it a shake. Very cleanly, very slowly turn your hand over. They see a 4 and a 5 on this side. You say, great, I changed it and I did not disturb the 5 on the other side. But to change it back, you do a little shake. Now do the paddle move to go back the way you were. Once again, it looks like you've got 9 here, 5 there. 9 and 5 is 14. How do I change this? Well, if I can change that to a 4 and a 5, you do that without disturbing that, you change it, and then you change it back. Just a little shake, paddle move, it goes right back the way it was. Now, the next sequence is you do the paddle move, turn these over to show the 2 and the 3, then you turn them up and around like this. So you re-grip, so the 2 is on your left, 3 is on the right. Just a place to check, the 5 and the 6 should be face to face. So you say it also works with the number 5. Do the paddle move to show the 9, 6 and 3 on the other side. So if I can change this into another way to make 5, what's another way to make 5? How about 4 and 1? All right? If I could take those 2 spots out of the diagonal corners of the 3, put them into the blank corners of the 2, the 3 would then be a 1, the 2 would turn into a 4, that would do it. But I've got to do that without disturbing the 9 on the opposite side. Now don't forget, you're doing the paddle move here. So if you show 3 on this side, do the paddle move to show 9 there, shake the dice very, very slowly, you turn them back, it looks like it changes to a 4 and a 1. There's only one more thing to do. As you just re-grip the dice, you take this 4, the 4 on the left side, and you give it one turn this way as you re-grip. So now you've got a 6 and a 3 on top, and a 4 and a 1 facing the audience. So all you've really done is turn the 4 from here to here in the act of re-gripping. So now you're ready to do the paddle move again. You say, okay, we've got 4 here, we've got 9 there, so everything looks like it did before. And don't forget the 1 is pointing closest towards me. It's pointing towards my body. The 4 is away from me. And what I'd like to do is change the position of the 2 dice. And I want to be able to do this, make them change places without disturbing the 9 on the other side. This is all paddle move stuff. So you say, I'll give them a little shake. You turn your hand over very slowly, and it looks like they've changed places. Actually, you were in this position. After doing the paddle move, you're in this position. So it's 4 and 1. Paddle move shows a 9, 6 and 3. Very slowly, you make them change, and you're here. Now you're ready for this final change. That's all you're going to do, is from here to here. But the move is watch the 4 and the 1 change places without even turning the hand over. Don't blink or you'll miss it. You change it, and almost visually they change. Now you hand everything out for examination, and that is the Sachs dice routine. This is the bracelet and rope routine. Now you could do it with a bracelet and a piece of rope, like magician's rope, or instead of rope you can use a shoestring, a borrowed thin shoestring or a big thick shoestring, or you can even do it on stage with a lovely sash of silk. Yeah. In fact, I was messing around and I actually tried some of the moves with a necktie, and I was actually surprised to find out some of the moves look pretty good. Now instead of a bracelet, you can use any type of ring. I came across this at the store. It's like a little necktie hanger. How about this as an idea? You do this move, you do this move, you just sort of rub it a little bit. Well, it needs practice, but that's the general idea. Instead of a ring, you can use a little ring. You can use a nice bracelet. Actually, it's very helpful if you find a bracelet that's relatively flat, very easy to grip onto. There's some color changing moves that you can do where the red bracelet comes off, the white one goes on, or vice versa. Bigger hoops, bigger rings. This is from a child's ring toss set. Found that at a toy store. As did this one. This is actually a nice size. I think Aldo Colombini uses this size. Very, very good. Most of these come from Japan. I found these in Japan. Unfortunately, they're pretty hard to find in this country. But what you could do is go to a hobby store, and I think they use these for macrame. Macrame knot tying, that's where you get these. Or you can use a ring from a set of linking rings. That works out pretty well for some of the larger moves. But for you, right here, right now, I'm going to use my favorite set. This is a harness ring, and this actually does come from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I think it's the most beautiful ring I've ever found. Very, very solid, no seams, no soldering marks. I don't know if that's chrome plated, I'm assuming that's what it is. But when you hand this out for examination, there's absolutely no way that this can open up. There's no holes, no gaps of any kind. And a nice piece of good quality magician's rope. 6 feet long, maybe a little bit longer, that's up to you. Now there's several moves in this, so we'll just take the moves one step at a time. The first penetration, I believe, comes from Anverdi. Tony Anverdi from Holland. Here's the move. You clip the rope so that a few inches hang down like this. You show the ring. Very, very cleanly, you link the ring onto the rope and you hold it with your left thumb. Now what you're going to do is transfer the ring to your right hand. In doing that, you're going to clip the rope behind the left hand like this. Clip the ring, but do not let go of the rope that's clipped in your left hand. You keep that. Keep a good grip. So you're here. This goes back here. You grab the ring, let go with your left thumb, but retain the rope. Now when you separate your left hand from the right hand, because you've got it clipped, you're actually pulling the rope out from the ring as you apparently move the ring to the middle of the rope. Now, from the unexposed view, it looks like this. There's the rope, there's the ring. I put the ring right about there, and I want to pull it to about halfway down. I think that looks pretty convincing. Once again, I transfer the rope and the ring to the left hand, and all you're doing here is from here to here. And the only reason for doing this is so that you could adjust it to make sure the ring is right on the middle of the rope. Now I give it a little twist, a little magic, and it pulls right off. Now, I routined this particular sequence of moves so that as soon as you finish one penetration, you are in perfect position for the next penetration. And this is the Jack Channon penetration, made very popular by Liko Pang from Hawaii. You do this. The original method, I think the rope was just draped over the top of the index finger like this. I find it a little bit easier, a little bit more control if I clip the rope between the first and second fingers like that. Now here's the misdirection. You just did the penetration. It comes off. I show the middle of the rope like this. As I show the ring, that's the misdirection, showing the ring. All you have to do is take your left thumb and pull it out. So now you have nothing between the hand and the thumb like this. You just drop the rope. So once again, there's the rope, there's the ring. It should look like the ring comes straight down and magically it links right back on. Now here's the exposed view. You show the rope, you show the ring, the thumb comes